are running. Head out on the highway.
Those are amazing photographs of my father back in his heyday of racing in his midget up in Nashville, his stock car down in Columbus, Mississippi, and Birmingham. And that's the heritage of my life. That's where it all began. A little go-kart there is the Sears and Roebuck go-kart that my father bought me. And that's a big story in the book. And that's my dad and a good friend of his, Larry. And Larry's a central character in the book as well. Promotional photograph of me. And as you scan up, that's the infamous Cannonball Run that all the movies were made about back in the 70s. But that's a real race that runs across America every year, and my friend Amy and I did that, and we did it for Volkswagen and Candy Shoes and had a blast doing it. That's a plaque that I won when I won the national championships in karting back in the 70s, just as a kid. And as you scan down, there's more trophies and artwork and all the things that go on in this little museum office art studio. The karting trophy, that's my first karting trophy I ever won, and it's very significant. That's one of thousands through the years that we actually did, and I was only 4, 5, or 6 years old at the time. Those are fast qualifying plaques that I won through the years, just a few, some of the special few. I was always a great qualifier. I could win races, but I could also qualify really, really well through the years and still can. That's the national championships up in Quincy, Illinois. And as you scan over to the right there, that's the Summer Nationals in Memphis, Tennessee, which I won. And as you scan down, those are old photographs from back in the very early and mid-70s, late 70s, as my karting career was beginning to take place. It was the very first go-kart race I ran on asphalt. It's right there. And that's my father there in the black, his classic black that he always wore. And I'm getting my trophy for that race, which I finished second in, which was a big deal. That's me racing in the Goodwrench 500 in NASCAR's Cup Series. And the number 90 car there is me practicing at Rockingham, preparing to run in that race. That's me at speed at the Rockingham, the Goodwrench 500, the NASCAR Cup race. A little promotional photographs there of me at the race with Lake Speed and Derek Cope, who had just won the Daytona 500. That's me standing on top of Richard Petty's trailer, which is pretty cool, I think. That's great. Me and my car owner, Mr. Dunleavy, downloading after a test before the race. Me driving on the West Coast at Calistoga Speedway in a sprint car. Another sprint car action at Calistoga Speedway. That's me doing a promotional event in Memphis for the NASCAR race. Chico, California, in the number 9 car. Another Chico, California event. That's me preparing to wreck big time in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is a great story in the book. It's kind of a life-changing moment. Baylands, California, driving the Don Snow number 4. That's me in Hanford, California, preparing for a night of racing in sprint cars. My hair tucked under my hat. Winning my first sprint car race in West Memphis, Arkansas. Preparing the lineup for a race in Chico, another race in Chico, California. That's me racing a sprint car back in the mid-80s in West Memphis, Arkansas. That's me driving a sprint car in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'd been on the West Coast all year racing. I'd just come home for Christmas. That's me racing a sprint car in Texas. That's a first place trophy that I won in Memphis. That's another trophy at a national championship event that I won. That's a sprint car at Fremont, California at speed. And that's a big story in the book, Dangerous Curves. And that's just a shot of the car as we finished it. It was a brand new race car. That's me driving a sprint car, setting a new track record in West Memphis, Arkansas, and made the newspaper headlines all over the country. Preparing to warm the car up in Little Rock. A national championship trophy that I won in Oklahoma City. Had a great time doing it. All the hot shoes, Scott Pruitt and everybody was there. That's me setting fast time in Baylands, California in the number 20 sprint car. It's a great photograph. Our car sitting in Santa Maria, California, preparing for a night of racing. That's me in a non-wing sprint car in West Memphis, Arkansas. And it's a story in the book. I finished third behind Sheldon Kinzer. It's a great story. More fast time plaques. That one there is fast time at the Grand National Championships, which I actually ended up winning. That's me as a kid. That's my midget on display at a mall up in Nashville, doing some PR work. That's me racing in the Astrodome. That's another national championship trophy that you're scanning down to. Another trophy that I won in Chico, California. That's me preparing to start the feature event in the Astrodome, and where I broke my ankle and my hip. That's me racing a midget in Nashville, Tennessee. That's me at the National Championships in midget up in Peru, Indiana. That's me running a kart up in Paducah, Kentucky. And one of my great friends, Russ Thompson, is right behind me. You can't see. He works for ESPN now. That's me working on my kart at Paducah, Kentucky that very weekend. And that's my blue van, the infamous blue van in the background that my father bought me after I'd been to see a psychologist. And he was so proud that I was not a crazy person. That's me in my first sprint car I ever drove, and it's a big story in the book. That's me racing a kart at a 100-mile go-kart race in Columbus, Mississippi, which I won. And little carts and stuff that fans had mailed me just as souvenirs. More trophies through the years. And a lot of trophies that we won, we gave to the neighborhood kids because they were always hanging out here at the race shop. And you know, you have to give them to some kids. Helmets, trophies, plaques from back in the day. And I probably have had a couple hundred helmets through the years, but these are just some that we kept, that we found to had more memento value than the others. And some I'd like to have back, like my NASCAR Cup helmet that I gave to charity. I'd actually like to have it back. Just more trophies. These are some indoor events that I won in midgets. And some of these are stories that are in the book and have historical value. More trophies. Just more trophies, artwork that I do. An old driving uniform made by Henchman out of Indy, who's actually going to be involved with our racing efforts going forward. And we're so proud to have them on board. And more trophies. Those are national championship trophies from Jacksonville, Florida, from back in the day. And the gold trophy there is a story that's in the book and has a great little story built around it. That's a modified midget national championship plaque that I won. There's a lot of memories in this little room, and in fact, the entire Dangerous Curves book is basically built around this room and the activities that transpired from here. So we're really, it's like there's a ghost on the walls. If only these walls could talk.